you know, I messed
Oh,
up.
oh, oh, they get to see the mystery man a little bit today.
All right, talk about it. All right. Now, I'm gonna block the camera. I'm gonna block it in a second. I just want to
Oh,
do
they don't get to see the mystery man.
nah, it's not about me. It's about you. So, it's did
Yeah, I got the moderator.
you send it to me at first?
I did.
You know, was wasn't supposed to be for me though. It was supposed to be for
No, I didn't send it to you.
yeah. You did. It said moderate. It said moderate for a second. To me.
Moderator, did you get it? Oh no, the moderator's on.
Okay, she's on. So, all right. Well, we're gonna wait a minute, get it going about another 40 seconds to get people in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't give you time, and guys, enough time. I feel like I didn't give you enough time.
Yeah. Last time was just I was in the cigar lounge last time, and you hit me. I was in Atlanta, cigar lounge, and you just hit me. I just so shit. You know what I mean? And I can't leave you hanging. I said you're the last person I'm gonna leave hanging. So,
and you have proven that
yeah.
for over 30-something years.
Long time, right? They have no idea. This is way before all this, you know.
You've been there through
yeah.
every
heartbreak,
situation. Death, mother, uncle,
yeah,
birth of children. I mean,
oh my God, from the very beginning.
Remember, you used to take me when I was pregnant with Marquise. Used to take me to Richard's Place on 200,
That's right.
199 Linden Boulevard.
200 in Linden, I think, right? It was Linden, 200 in Linden.
Yeah, it was 199 or 200 in Linden. Yeah,
200 in Linden. That's a whole fact, man. This is way before, because you know it was stuff in the chat saying, "Oh, why he turned his camera off? Is he scared to?"
I had to tell someone in the comment. I was like, "Oh no, he knows who he is. We know."
It's a whole fact.
Yeah.
Same spot, south side. You know, this to all the way to the core. You know, but
real south
side, real south side. What is
not
real south side?
God Broad, which is really not south side. That's not south side.
Right. No, that's not. We consider. I think it was a Springfield Gardens. I think we consider that, right?
Yeah, it's not south side for sure.
Definitely not. Definitely not what we consider south side. That would be a Springfield Gardens. South side kind of stopped at right before Rochdale on Baisley and God Brewer, I think, right?
Yeah, because definitely Baisley Projects would be considered south side.
Right. Yeah, that definitely would be. Yeah. Thank you for the comments in the chat.
We'll get more into that later.
We're going to address that later. It's not about me. It's about you. And since the last interview, which was really spur of the moment, it was a knee-jerk reaction. And I was like, Nick, you sure you want to do it? You did it.
Yeah.
And then we got millions of views on that, right? A lot of backlash, but a lot of positivity as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a couple of things I want to address before we get into back to the tea, right? So before we get back into the tea, we want to address a couple of things. The comments, a lot of comments creators made. So the clout thing.
Wait, before we get into that, I just want to, I wrote something that I wanted to, like, you know, it's like you see the comments and it's things that you want to address. So it's like I wrote something and I just want to read it.
Right. Go ahead.
I don't have to put on my glasses. No.
You look good. You look good, Nick.
This ain't even these are my ugly reading glasses, but you know, this is to address all the comments that say, "Oh, this is about revenge, blah blah blah," and clout. And yeah, I want to read this first, and then I'm going to go into your question about clout.
Okay.
There is a video some of y'all forgot. A video 50 Cent made called "A Psychic Told Me," and it was geared toward DJ Khaled when he had beef with Khaled.
Right.
But his beef didn't go at Khaled. He went at his mother. He found her sleeping at work. She wasn't famous. She wasn't in a booth. She was just someone's mother. And 50 posted it like it was a movie trailer. He narrated it himself, slow, eerie, like a villain setting up a scene. And at the end, he says, so proudly. I have less compassion than the average human. He wanted you to know this isn't a joke. This is how far he'll go to win a fight. The message wasn't just for Khaled, it was for anyone watching. It was for people like me. People who he thinks he can scare into silence. People who have to sit quiet while the world laughed at their trauma. If he could threaten someone's mother on camera at her job, sleeping, if he could threaten someone's mother on camera, what do you think he said to me behind closed doors? What do you think my son grew up hearing? How do you think it felt raising a child with that shadow hanging over you? These are just questions I want you guys to think about. Knowing the man on the world stage isn't the man you knew behind the scenes. That's why I speak now, not for drama, not for revenge, but because when someone tells you they have less compassion than the average human, believe them and protect your children accordingly. And I just want to say that it's like this app is not clout for me. Like people don't know my story. Like I am my parents' first child. I am the first grandchild on both sides. I'm the first great grandchild on both sides. I'm the first niece on both sides. I'm the first great niece. Like I've had attention all my life. like I don't need. I got a blue check in real life, not on the app. I don't need. This is not for clout. This app is not for clout for me. It's not life to me. Like.
I mean, everybody has a breaking point. Go ahead.
But what we have endured, that's life. Being bullied on a world stage, that's life. Jumping out of a burning house, losing everything, that's life. While all this is fodder and jokes and laughs like that, that's life.
Right. It is what it is. And social media is a part of life right now, and it's not going anywhere. So you can use it for whatever you choose to use it for, right? So, we're gonna get negative comments. So that is what it is. That's what we have the moderators for. And moderators just do your thing. So why this platform? So what? As far as you doing an interview here and not somewhere else, there's not a bigger platform. So tell me the backstory on them, other people who might have reached out, and why you never did it there. So
well, we could start with one that's just more famous, one that's in the public eye, and 50 has been trying to block interviews for years, but it's one in particular that was broadcast on his Instagram. You know, he always likes to run his mouth and tell on himself. It was a guy from Black had contacted me. His name was Mafi. He wanted to interview me, so he got a little overzealous, and he had, put on his Instagram, he was like the booking guy for Black. He's like, oh, I got 50 Cent baby mother. He's excited. 50 then proceeded to threaten Mafi on Instagram. And this is a video of Marquise. He talks about it on Instagram, how 50 threatened him when he interviewed me. So he threatened him, and I just want to get the exact verbiage he said. 50 Cent posted a picture of Mafi on his Instagram and said, I don't know this guy, never met him before. I have nothing to do with him getting a $150 in the face. Vlad TV should know better than to go get into gangster shit. This is what happens all the time now. The poor guy has to staple his face together. Get well soon.
But did that happen? So wait a minute. That's what the guy said.
No, this is what 50 Cent said.
Oh, okay.
His Instagram threatening the guy to not interview me. And then Black goes on to talk about it on Math Hoffa to address it and said it had something to do with Jimmy Henchman, but it was from, like he said, The title, 50 Cent threatened me over his baby mother, Shaniqua Tompkins. This is the guy who worked for Vlad.
How long ago was that?
I don't remember. It was some time ago. It was some time ago, but this is what he did. And he puts this on his Instagram in real time. He puts this on his Instagram, threatens the guy. So Bobby then goes, and you Google all of this. So please do your homework. I hope y'all got y'all pens and pads out so y'all can write this down or go over the live, look at it, or if you have real journalists on these platforms, do your homework.
You do
and
that's right.
he threatened him. Mafi then goes get a police report.
And whatever happened, what was the end result of that?
He didn't pursue it. He did not pursue it. He said his mother was scared. He did not pursue it. He didn't pursue it. He called me. He called me. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't understand. And yeah. Vlad didn't want to, he told me Vlad was like, just leave it alone. Vlad then called Benzino. Say, no, let's just leave it alone. Like, and this is what he's been doing behind closed doors, behind the scenes. And that's why.
A quick question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying now with Instagram, I'm on my platform, on my live, and I can speak freely.
Right. Because someone asked me, so we took longer than what we expected to come back to the live again. Mm-hmm. So someone asked me, did he put a what do you say? Cease and desist. What do they call it?
It's called cease and desist.
Yeah,
no.
On your Instagram, for you can't speak anymore. That's what someone asked me.
I'm in real life. Like, I have things to go. This is not my life. So no, like, I had a 50th birthday party I went to out of town. I had death in my family. My great uncle passed away. So, I have real life stuff going on.
Right.
Yeah, this app is not my life. It's not my life.
And so we left it last time on speaking about who's maybe we spoke about the baby mother thing, or who messed with whose baby mothers first and all that. We'll get that in a second, right? But it's because there's so much been on. So I want to talk about Marquise for a second, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this has been going on for a long time. We in the mix, right? So we hear what goes on, and there's always a talk of you brainwashed. There's already talk of you brainwash your son to hate his father or not be with his father, not want to be around his father, right? And I'm going to turn the camera when I ask the question and when you speak. So there's always that narrative of you brainwash the son to go against the father. The typical, Now, so explain that situation from your perspective. I want you to clear that up, because I will be going to clean up a lot of rumors and shit like that. Go ahead.
Marquise was raised with his father from birth, both of his parents, from birth to about 12 years old when I left him. So when people always say, oh, she's jealous, she's bitter, how can you be bitter from something you left? I left him. He didn't leave me. I left him. He was on the Forbes list. He was big old mighty, and I decided to walk away from the relationship. So Marquise was with both of his parents from birth to about 12 years old. He has seen the abuse. He knows his father for who he is and who he's not. He knows me for who I am and for who I'm not. So when a child witnesses that, but not most children, Marquise is not, I guess, of the average child, he has a mind of his own. And his father always tried to make Marquise, like, he put Marquise in kind of like in a trick bag to me. He wanted Marquise to hate me. I'm just trying to just think of how to word it, but it's like he wanted Marquise to hate me so much, and when Marquise didn't, it was a problem for him.
But how was Marquise around that time, though?
Well, when I left him, he was about 12. That's when, don't get me wrong, he had a little smear campaign going on when you're with him, but that's when the smear campaign really was like just in full effect. Oh, like everything I won't do for you is because of your mother. One day he called Marquise. Marquise was about 15 years old. Maybe like about 14, 15. And he calls Marquise and tells him, like, this Marquise is telling me this. You about to turn 16 now, right? You're gonna start driving. Tell your mother to buy you a car. And he would get mad because Marquise would be like, okay. That would bother him because he couldn't woo Marquise with money and trinkets and fame and vacations. Like, it bothered him that Marquise has a mind of his own. And I laugh because it's like Marquise really should be our big homie. And I'm a big homie to the big homie. Like, he's mad at Marquise because Marquise don't bat at. He's mad at Marquise because Marquise doesn't let his money influence him like you see these grown men do. And he's upset with that. And he put Marquise in a trick bag like, it's either me or your mother. And Marquise says, I don't want to choose, but I choose my mother. He'd rather have less with me than more with him.
He said that?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to make it specific to what he said because, like I said, we were addressing comments, we addressing slander, all that bullshit. So when you say things, I want it to be like, hey, this is what my child said. And he has a mind.
This is what my child said. He'd rather have less with me than more with him.
Right.
So, and I always tell Marquise, like, you're not on my side, you're not on your dad's side, you're on your side. You're a kid, you have nothing to do with it. But he put Marquise in a bag. No, it's either me or your mother. And so it's like, okay, since you're forcing me to choose, I choose my mother.
Right.
And that to me speaks volumes. Because you know kids be fanned out, for their fathers and because they're celebrities. And it just didn't impress Marquise. Like, no, I'd rather be in a loving environment. I'd rather be with my mother. I'd rather be with the person who protects me, who loves me, who doesn't disrespect me, who doesn't talk to me crazy, who's not abusive towards me. That's what he chose. Which 50 wouldn't understand because his mother didn't raise him. Not only his mother died when he was 9, but we all know his family know. I've heard it from his aunts. I heard it from his grandmother. He never lived with his mother. So all that crying on Oprah and, when my mom died, I had to move in with my grandmother. He never lived with his grandmother. So he doesn't understand the mother, the dynamic between a mother and child. But to me, in my opinion, so now we're just going to go to facts.
Right.
I'm going to, and then they say, I turn Marquise against him. We're going to go to this. We're going to go to, this is a VH1 article. Y'all Google it and look it up. Did 50 Cent just take Family Feud to a whole new level by threatening to shoot his son on Instagram? So I'm going to tell you how much Marquise got a mind of his own. I'm going to read you this article. 50 Cent apparently threatened his oldest son Marquise life on social media, and the world is asking, what the F? After Marquise posted a photo with a message that wasn't directed at his father, but that's what it said. Viv clapped back in the worst possible way, and it was not pretty. I ain't never switched. This is Marquise said on his Instagram. I ain't never switched up on nobody. Either you pushed me away, left me hanging, or proved me to me how unloyal you are. Marquise said on the Instagram caption, and that's word to mommy, which Marquise actually was writing to. I don't want to tell all his business, but he was writing to a little girlfriend he had. It had nothing to do with this clown. Viv then commented under the post, word to mommy, huh? Don't play with me, boy, Kanan. And he put a gun emoji. Now this is answer. Did 50 Cent threaten to shoot? This is what's going on. So I printed it out. Mm-hmm. Right? I printed it out and I took it to the precinct. Precinct, spoke to a detective. And what they showed it to them, told them who I was, and told them the situation. The detective told me, this is a terroristic threat, and we will pick him up. But there's only one catch. I can't make the complaint. Marquise has to make the complaint. Because at the time, I think Marquise was about 17, maybe 18 years old, which in New York, he's still considered, quote unquote, a minor. So I'm thinking I could go into the precinct and I could make the complaint. They said Marquise has to make the complaint. I suggested to Marquise to make the complaint. Marquise refused to make the complaint. He said no, he didn't want to do it. So if I brainwashed him and this and that, I told him I think he should do it, and he told me no.
Mm.
He told me no. So
I didn't
Marquise
know.
is y'all big homie. Marquise should be like that. That young man has more morals, integrity, and strength as a man than these little clowns and these old ends that chase after him, looking for a check and just acting like clowns.
You wouldn't go to the precinct. He ain't doing that.
Yeah,
Hey,
and so it's like, and Marquis said no. So he's so brainwashed, he definitely told me no, and I definitely took it to the precinct.
you know, and I'm gonna piggyback off that real quick, 2 seconds, because I spoke to Marquise after our last live. He said, I said, yo, you might want to come on. You might I need you to come on. He said, nah, I don't know about that. So he kind of shied away from, and he got a lot of good stuff to say. We both know that. Like, if he speaks, they might look at you as a bitter baby mother, the mad baby mother that got money, XYZ. But now when the son speak up as a grown man, I think Marquise, what, 28 now? How old is Marquise? 28 now. He's 20. He's a grown man. He's a grown man. He could have kids right now. He could have been had kids. You know what I'm saying? So if he speak up, it'd be from a perspective, but this is a man speaking on his father. You know what I mean? So to see, and that's not be ignorant here in the chat, to see your father make a whole TV show about killing his son, knowing there's no relation with the son, that could be real. You know, that it's
Art imitating life. It's called art imitating life, to the point where he just put on his Instagram as of recently the that scene in Power where the guy kills his son and then puts in a caption, they effed up the hit. They want more child support. So what is that supposed to mean? They effed up the hit as in the house fire? And saying that someone's asking for more child support? Because that's what I interpret that as.
right. Um,
And this is funny, and this is like some kind of satire. This is funny for people. Like I like the black community got to do better.
well, you know, I'm not gonna go. I got so much. You know, I'm gonna talk. I'll be going with the black community, but we're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with some
I'm
of the
just
team.
saying, like
Right,
me and how I was raised, and my mother and my uncle was raised under the nation. So that's my background.
right.
So this kind of stuff, it amazes me, the ignorance of people that it just makes no sense. But this is in black and white. So see, I see like y'all like to see stuff in black and white. This is in black and white.
Right.
These are interviews and video like that you can Google. Like I said, he went to Khaled's mother's job, filmed that thugs, filmed that lady with her sleeping at a vulnerable state and said, I have less compassion than the average human.
Right.
And
Right.
y'all think that's and y'all mad because I believe it?
What do you mean call him a hookah? We had a conversation other. You say call him a hookah boy. What did you? What was that about?
That's another one. And on the Breakfast Club, like you got this clown Envy laughing and Charlemagne, who you seem like you have a lot of mental health awareness and stuff, and you're like a fifth crazy. Like him saying more like you're clowning him for having a job and trying to find his way, which again in the background, when Marquise first started doing walkthroughs and being at the club, he tried to get the owner of the club to not work with Marquise.
Mm-hmm.
It's going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get him to not work with Marquise. This is going on behind the scenes. And the owner told me this personally. Shout out to Sam from Vanity. Told me this personally.
Right. So there was attempts to Marquise. Well, Marquise made attempts to get on his own 2 feet, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So people also bring up the story about, I think it was in his book. I'm not sure. The post with he gave Marquise a sneaker store and all that. You want to address that real fast? I want to clear this shit up because, like I said, this is things that we want to address head on. The sneaker store thing where you stopped him from getting some shit. Well, go ahead. Excuse my language.
Lies, and more lies. All he did was pay his child support. He never paid a dime over. He never offered Marquise any sneaker store, never offered him any money to open up a business, never, never. All he did was pay his child support. That is it. That's it. It was no sneaker store, no boutiques, no nothing. None of it. It's all completely lies. Just lie. Just like he's a liar. Just lies. Just lies. And it's just it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Wow. Yeah.
Just
You know,
lies.
right.
Just lies. And I heard that he I guess he did an audio book or whatever from
Right. I
his
think
book,
it's what
and
it was.
I said, and it was like circling around. I said,
Yeah.
he's just a liar, but he been a liar.
You know, and I've seen other interviews that you've done, like short ones. Nothing was to this magnitude to let you speak, and you was never able to explain a lot of stuff. Because I want you to. That's another reason why to help you out that you didn't do other platforms because no one actually let you tell your side of the story. It was always setting a narrative to make you look like the mad baby mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's why one of the reasons why also that you did this. Because we spoke on that before. You know what I mean? We spoke on that before. We joked and laughed about, well, we want to get to the baby mother thing now because people is waiting.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it, and we're gonna get to it when we get to it.
Oh,
But
right, okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about the beating with a belt thing that we was laughing about the other day.
The other day, like, yeah, because now.
So what happened now? What was the situation now? With homeboy?
Yeah, with Yayo, and like even with Marquise, when the guy asked him on his live about his father, Marquise was just trying to explain to him. No one was asking for more child support. Marquise was explaining when I lost everything in a house fire and started my life off with $6,700, which I don't know where everyone else lives at, but in New York, that's it's more than the average child support. But when you live in New York, that money doesn't go very long. So then Yayo comes, and so Yayo and Yayo 2.0, the other older guy that raps, and Light the barber, which is disgusting with Light and Yayo when y'all know Marquise since he was a child. They made a video, and it just irritates me so much with Yayo. Like, Yayo, you slept in my house, you slept on my couch, you around my children. My mother was the first person to put a Bible in your hand, and for you to go at my son like that is crazy. But this is the same man who I've seen beat you with a belt.
What do you mean beat who with a belt?
50 beat Yayo with a belt like a child in his grandmother's backyard on 161 Street. Beat him with a belt, and all Yayo did was just put his hand, didn't come on, Fifth, come, and beat him with a belt in front of everyone. With a belt. A grown man, and we've seen videos now, y'all can Google this, of 50 throwing him in a garbage can in front of everybody. Like, so it's like, I'm just lost. And like I said, Marquise, y'all big homie, because he stands up more than y'all do. And these are supposed to be men. Beat him with it's like, it's a joke, and I know we will laugh about it, but it's really not that. It's really not funny though, in the sense of this is a man.
Well, I mean, what's a man and man shit? That shit kind of funny though to the crowd. You beat your ass with a belt.
With a belt. No, like, and I'm looking out, like, if you remember, the Jackson's house, they had like a porch in the back, like where the back door was, and I'm just like looking through the window, like I just couldn't believe. It's still just the visual in my. I could not believe it. With a belt.
Was there other people there that watched it? Because
yes,
they said there was other people there. So there's more.
Yeah, it wasn't just me. No. It was like the little G Unit cronies. Everybody just sat there, and I guess, like, you embarrass him, that keeps everybody in line. Like, it's always some sort of method to his madness. But yeah, like, this is
I gotta address this. This was in the chat also. I'm talking about Keith for a reason. The picture, they said that Keith took a picture with the ops, with homeboy's son. Can you please explain? I know the story already. You know what I'm saying? I want to please explain him taking a picture with what he would call the ops.
Well, Marquise explains it on a slide by slide on his Instagram, but Marquise was at an industry party. The boy's friend said, "My friend want to take a picture with you. The boy held on to that picture for like 5 or 6 years or something like that, and then
I'm going to ask you
decided to post it. But then he went on Queen's Flip. He literally the boy went on Queen's Flip and said, "I didn't know him."
Oh, the boy admitted that he didn't know.
The boy admitted, he's like, "I didn't know him. My friend just saw him. We knew that was 50's son. Just saw him. He was like, oh, my friend want to take a picture with you, Marquise." That's not abnormal for Marquise, but people do want to take pictures with him, and that's what happened. And the boy held it for like 5 or 6 years and decided to post it, and that's what happened.
Because
and then Disney says, "I hope both of them get hit by a bus."
Right.
You hope your own child get hit by a bus? Like, that's what we saying?
Okay, so that was something that was talked about, because like Marquise was a traitor, and that was one of his eyes.
But that's another thing when people say, "How is Marquise a traitor?" Like, when Marquise talks to Floyd, he's always known Floyd as his Uncle Floyd. He's been around Floyd since he was a little boy. How is that? How is he being a traitor? When Marquise talks to Slow from Slow Bucks, I know Slow as Winslow. He's been around Slow since he was a little kid. How is he being a traitor? Like, I don't understand. Like, how is he being a traitor? These are people that he's been around since he was a kid. And just because his father, who can't maintain a relationship with anyone, doesn't speak to him, and which Marquise doesn't really have a relationship with his father that much, so he doesn't know. Like, one minute he wake up on the other side of the bed, he don't speak to this one, he don't speak to, like, no one knows what's going on with him.
What's the age difference between him and homeboy, Marquise and homeboy? Are they around the same age?
What, the little
the boy? The boy took a picture with the op. That they say the op.
I don't know. They probably are. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They look like they could be. I don't know, because I don't really know anything much about. Like, I don't know. But that's what happened. Marquise went to an industry event with someone who used to work for his father and asked me could he go, because I think Marquise was in high school then. Like, he wasn't even of age. He was young.
Right.
Yeah, he probably he could have been maybe freshman in high school. We were visiting New York. I said okay, because I trust that person. I was like, that was okay. And the boy was there, and his friend said, "Can my friend take a picture with you?" And he took the picture. But the boy held it. That's what was so crazy. He held it for like 5 or 6 years, and then he decided to post it.
Oh, once you go on your iCloud or your Dropbox, whatever, it's there.
In my DM. I have DMs. I can look at my DM right now. The boy was in my DM saying, "I want to talk to you." Or like. So this was like a gimmick. So I'm lost. Yeah.
Right. I'm sure you get a lot of that. Would you, being that this got so many views, millions of views on the last one we did, would you take money not to do another interview? If he reached out to you and said, "Yo, listen, let's make amends and don't talk no more," because there wasn't really a lot of response to the last interview, right? Because people say, "Oh, he's going to sue her." It's a matter of time for he do something to you as far as in the court. But you're speaking the truth. Anybody can sue anybody, but gotta be the truth. Got to prove it.
I saw a lawsuit on God at the Supreme Court. Like, no, that's really someone trying to sue God, so anybody can put a nuisance lawsuit. So, but go ahead.
Right. So, would you take money? Would you pay any kind of money for him to be quiet?
No.
Because some people say you're doing this shit for money. For like I said, clout going on.
I haven't got paid off it. So I did numerous interviews with TMZ. I've never got paid. So what is he talking about? I've never got a check from TMZ. No. It's not about. It's about awareness. It's about me standing up for my children and myself, and not allowing someone to use their platform to continuously bully me if I have an opportunity to speak. That's what it's about. No, I would absolutely not. It's no. See, I don't understand that logic that all these rappers and everybody have. I'm cut from a different cloth. I don't understand that. Well, if you can't beat them, then you join them, and no. I don't do that. I don't do any of that. Like, no, like, some beef is everlasting, and the things that he has bestowed upon me and my children, we could never speak. We will never be good.